Hey, what up guys? We're back at Jones Subwoofer Solutions again. I've got another amp on the dyno. Today it is the Skar RP1500.1. It's factory rated 1500 watts RMS at 1 ohm. It's kind of a compact amp. I believe they call it a compact. Manual here states 1500 watts at 1 ohm, 930 watts at 2 ohms, and 550 watts at 4 ohms. Doesn't say what voltage they test at, so we'll see today if we get rated power. And you guys asked me to include this, so what came in the box was the amp, the manual, cable here for the bass knob, which is just a standard headphone jack style bass knob, no clip indicator or anything. They do recommend 4 gauge power, which we're using, and I believe it was 120 amp fuse is what was suggested. Here on the dyno bank we run it fuseless, and I am proud to announce this is the first amp that will be run on the new CMAX bank. I don't have any power supplies or chargers hooked up to it currently, but that's fine. We should be starting right around 15 volts, and the drop that this amp gives us shouldn't be an issue with no power supplies. So that said, I've got the dyno queued up. We're all ready, and we're going to start with certified 1 ohm runs. Certified is test up to clipping at 40 hertz. Again, this amp was rated 1500 watts. Here we go. Looks like we're starting at 14.8 volts as far as the dyno reads. And we got overrated. We got 1,534 watts into 1 ohm, dropped to 14.5 volts. Not bad at all. Most of these Skar amps I've ran on the dyno, whether on video or not, they tend to do rated power. So here is the 2 ohm run starting at 14.9 volts. And over 1,000 watts at 2 ohms. We got 1,079 watts, dropped to 14.6 volts. Battery is doing outstanding. And 4 ohm run certified. Starting at 14.9 volts. And again, more than rated, 642 watts into 4 ohms, dropped to 14.8 volts. And let's do uncertified. Uncertified is all the way up to clipping. And again, these will be 40 hertz. And we'll start with 1 ohm. 14.87 starting voltage. Kept going at the end there. 1,738 watts into 1 ohm, dropped to 14.3 that time. Really good results for this amp. 2 ohms, starting at 14.9. And we got 1,146 watts into 2 ohms, 14.6 volts is where we ended up at. And 4 ohms, uncertified, 14.9 volts starting. And we got 665 watts, dropped to 14.7 volts that time. So now the test everyone loves to see is the dynamic tests. These are a burst rating. And we'll start with a 1 ohm run. And starting at 14.8 volts for this. Wow. Still going. We saw 1,970 watts, 71 watts into 1 ohm, dropping to 14.6 volts. This amp is doing quite well, if you ask me. A lot of people are saying that this RP series doesn't do rated, that you have to pay the extra money for the SK series. That is not true. This RP series is their less expensive model, and it's definitely doing rated power. So again, 2 ohms. There you go, 1,189 watts into 2 ohms, dropped to 14.7 volts. Very good. And the 4 ohm run. I've been asked why we do a 4 ohm run. Been told that nobody wants to see the 4 ohm runs. You guys, if you're wiring to 1 ohm and you have rise, which everyone does, it's good to know what you're doing at 2 and 4 ohms, as well as what it does at 1 ohm. So this is useful info. 664 watts into 4 ohms, 14.79 volts. That's it for the amp dyno. I'm impressed by this. Stay tuned. In just a minute I will get the case open and we'll get some gut shots. Alright guys, we're back. I've got the amp opened up, and you know, looking into it, it really seems standard fare for a Chinese built 1500 watt amp. One thing I noticed, or didn't notice, is there is no branding anywhere. It doesn't say Skar on the caps, there's no stickers, there's nothing in there that says Skar or any other brand for that matter. So it is, you know, a typical generic 1500 watt Chinese board. I see it does have 8 gauge cables in there. I mean, it looks solid and it performs solid, but nothing outstanding. And that's it for the Skar RP1500. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. If you own one, if you've had one, please like, subscribe, and remember to click the bell for the notifications when a new video is posted. And I'll see you guys next time.